The found footage horror film UFO It Is Here has the misfortune of being the first found footage film I watched after seeing found footage 3D. Now, what was amusing about found footage 3D is that it kind of, just like Scream, it establishes the rules of found footage. And why would people continue to film stuff after certain events in the third act, or if this is found footage, who found the footage, and who's going to survive, since obviously since the only way it can be found is someone's going to have to die, and stuff like that. And even with that not in mind, UFO It Is Here is a misfire, which is really unfortunate. If you break the film up into 3 acts, I liked the first 2, and then the film lost me in the third act, which is quite surprising considering what goes on in the third act. Basically, the setup of the film, which was written and directed by Daniel Greco, is about a group of film students who were shooting a documentary in a city zoo when a UFO flies over and eventually crashes. And then, as documentarians would do, they want to go find the crash site, film it, and profit from it. So there's your setup, that these filmmakers have to go find this UFO and film whatever they find. So that's your setup. So, okay. So there's a little thing called suspension of disbelief. And yeah, for quite a while, I'm more than willing to go along with what they're doing. There are things that you expect. Okay, they got to find the crash site. They got to find out that was it a UFO or not. And if it was in fact a UFO, are there going to be aliens? And when are they going to see the aliens and stuff like that? So I went along with it for the first 2 acts. And within the second act, that's when they discovered that there are, in fact, no spoiler, but there are aliens involved. And I really, really like the look of these aliens. I mean, the film is obviously on a low budget, but considering the budget they had there, that they made some very effective lo-fi aliens that are quite convincing. And I really liked how things were going. And even when they stumbled across the alien lair, there were moments that really, really, really pushing the boundary of the rule of why the hell would anybody continue to film in this situation. And there were moments in that act, in that situation, where it felt like things were just a little too set up, and it didn't feel natural. And on the way they're like, okay, let's just put the camera down. It just seemed like intentionally placed at a certain angle just to make sure you can get it all. I mean, yeah, you give it away that, okay, they're filmmakers. It's like they know how to get the shot. But in a situation as such, I doubt anyone would be really concerned with the camera angles or not. Hell, I don't even know if anybody would continue to film. But then we get into the problem with the third act. The third act, which is basically, well, we know they're aliens. Now, what can these aliens do? There's so much that goes on in this third act that just gradually I started losing interest because it was getting too unbelievable. One, because again, the characters continue to film when obviously there's no way in hell at this point any normal person would not be filming. They would have just dropped the camera and left. Characters are doing stupid character things that you're like, things like that is just so dumb, and that's taking me out of the movie. And how it all wraps up was just too excessively predictable and unearned, the way how it all ends. So 2/3 of this movie I liked, and the last third I did not like, and it really ruined the experience. So UFO It Is Here, I would have to give 2 stars out of 5. If the third act was done better and was handled more convincingly, it really would have overall probably proved a really cool and convincing opening act in what could have been a larger tapestry. But instead, it just started unraveling, and my enjoyment factor just started dwindling. So UFO It Is Here, 2 stars out of 5. Have you heard about UFO It Is Here? Can you think of any other UFO found footage movies that you've seen that you liked? Please comment below and let me know. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, so you can stay on top of my new reviews, retro reviews, trailer reactions, and any of the fun things that happen to put up on my channel. And meanwhile, please be sure to hit that bell button by the subscribe button and activate those notifications so that you can be notified when I put up new stuff on my channel. So until next time, my friends, we'll see you at the movies.